The truth Malmo had learned was not always written in bold strokes. Sometimes it hid between the lines. Silent, subtle, deadly. And the palace archive, ancient, dusty, forgotten by most, was the perfect place to bury lies. She returned that evening under the pretense of assisting with medicinal records. But her real mission was clear: unmask the forger. It wasn't long before she spotted the anomaly. He didn't deny it. Why? She asked. The forger looked up from his desk, calm as still water, each step echoing with memories of her mother's ethereal dance. As she ventured deeper into the pavilion, she found not just artifacts of a bygone age, but evidence of a conspiracy that reached far beyond her wildest imaginings. Ancient ledgers, meticulously kept, detailed not just her mother's presence here, but the extent of her influence. Courtesans weren't just entertainers. They were informants, spies, and in some cases, pawns in a game of power where the stakes were lives and legacies. What secrets did this place hold? Who was orchestrating this elaborate game of shadows? And how could she stop it before her own name was added to the list? Ancient documents detailed her mother's involvement in a plot so audacious, so dangerous it shook the very foundations of the empire. Betrayal, murder, and a conspiracy that reached the highest levels of power. As she delved deeper into the labyrinth of deceit, she uncovered a truth more shocking than she could have ever imagined. The pavilion loomed before her, a silent sentinel from a forgotten era. Betrayed by those she trusted, framed for crimes she didn't commit, her life became a tapestry woven with deceit, much like the ancient scrolls she now held in her hands. With newfound determination, Malmo vowed to uncover the full story, to clear her mother's name and expose the machinations that had brought her down. But as she pieced together the fragments of the past, she realized she was not just chasing ghosts, she was stepping into a trap. For in the game of shadows, there are no rules and every move can be your last. Within its shadowed halls, whispers of the past danced on the wind. As the first rays of sunlight touched the eastern rooftops, Malmo stepped inside, ready to confront the specter haunting her lineage. She had been involved in something far deeper, and someone in the palace still remembered, still feared her. Or worse, still served her legacy. Because I was ordered to. By whom? I don't know his name. I never saw his face. Curiosity and caution battling within her, she reached out, her fingers trembling slightly as they brushed against the fabric. With a deep breath, she pulled it aside, revealing a staircase descending into darkness. What secrets lay below? What truths would emerge from the shadows? Driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, she began her descent, each step echoing in the stillness. Malmo narrowed her eyes. Liar? He met her stare without blinking. Then maybe we're both liars. The tension crackled like fire on dry paper. Before she could press further, the clerk handed her a scroll, not forged original. Inside was a list of servants, all with sudden transfers, unexplained deaths, or quiet disappearances. All linked to one place, the Jade Pavilion, an elite corner of the inner court reserved for foreign guests and private imperial functions. At the very bottom of the scroll, she saw a symbol, one Malmo recognized instantly, her mother's signature. She staggered back. Where did you get this? The forger only smiled. Maybe you're not the only one chasing ghosts. A clerk, young, too young for the senior position he held. Quiet, diligent, always present yet invisible. The kind of man no one noticed until Malmo did. She dropped a simple trap, a forged document of her own perfect on the surface, but laced with a tiny, deliberate flaw, a medicinal dosage written using a dialect from the western provinces. Only someone who'd studied under a rare school pharmacology would notice. The next morning, the document had been corrected, silently, precisely, without any official record. She had him. She cornered him in the scroll room, surrounded by silence and shadows. That night, Malmo sat beneath the flickering lantern, heart pounding. Her mother wasn't just a legend. She wasn't just a courtesan. As dawn approached, she set out for the Jade Pavilion. But the truth, like smoke, can be fleeting. Then she saw a hidden chamber behind a screen, its entrance concealed by a simple, unassuming tapestry. In the dimly lit chamber below, she found not just answers, but a web of intrigue that threatened to consume her whole. Her mother, far from being a mere concubine, had been a double agent, a master of disguise playing a deadly game of cat and mouse with the most powerful figures in the empire.